NASDAQ here using a 1 minute and a 5 minute chart. Entry PDRA is an inversion fair value gap. We have two inversion fair value gaps stacked on top of each other, so generally when that happens I like to just combine them as one. So my draw on liquidity is those smooth highs, smooth relative equal highs on the 5 minute chart. They immediately grab my attention, as well as the fair value gap that's highlighted in that aqua blue color directly above it. I had thought of that, for those relative equal highs, as a partial, and then best case scenario maybe midnight opening price as my final terminus. So we get an energetic candle and I enter on an inversion fair value gap, and now I'm just paying attention to the 5 minute because there's a fair value gap that I want to invert as well to the left. I'm just watching to see how price reacts. We had also just taken out intermediate low as well as the New York PM session low, and plus we had that dump from FOMC, so I figured that we were done doing damage to the sell side. Stop placed a couple of handles below the inversion fair value gap. Okay, we're closing above that inversion fair value gap on the 5 minute. And then I also highlight here a what I think is a suspension block. I could be wrong. Again, I'm still trying to get these down, but I'm almost certain that's a suspension block on the 5 minute. I like those because price tends to not come back to them, and if it does, it's pretty short-lived and it goes directly to where it needs to go. Okay, just watching the 5 minute, highlighting a small fair value gap on the 1 minute. Oh, my stop is brought up to break even. Risk is removed at this point. We're roughly about halfway to my first partial, so I figure I'd just take the risk off and trail my stop. So on both the 5 minute and the 1 minute, there's a fair value gap that I'm watching. I'm more concerned with the 5 minute. Here we tap into that bullish suspension block, and look at the reaction here. We reach its consequent encroachment, and it's beautiful. Start trading back up again. Back to that fair value gap that I had drawn on the 1 minute. I'm now considering this to be a reclaimed fair value gap if we could stay above it. Five minute as well, we're trading above in the upper half of that 5 minute fair value gap. One more tap into the suspension block. This time we fail to breach or reach the consequent encroachment, and boom, love that displacement. Move my stop up a little bit more. I'm labeling now a 5 minute order block. Just checking the mean threshold of that order block to see where I don't want price to return to, and where I will probably more than likely move my stop. Trail my stop up just a little bit to the bottom of that 5 minute suspension block. And we're about to take that partial. partial book, trader is paid. We adjust our stop right to the, like maybe a tick or two below that 5-minute order block mean threshold. And now I want to see price eat into this 5-minute. There's two things I want to see. I want to see price stay above those relative equal highs that we just took out. Respect, the PD arrays, the bullish PD arrays that have formed prior to it taking out those 5-minute highs. And I want to see it dig into that 5-minute bearish fair value gap that's shaded in that aqua blue color. Price kind of floating above this fair value gap that I had drawn out. Everything still looks in my favor. No need to jam my stop up or anything. I'm just being patient. I move it up a little bit to the consequent right below the consequent encroachment of that fair value gap. So at this point, that I'm reminding myself that this is the last line of defense, that I won't give up anything more to price. Just going into that second macro, so just being cognizant of that. I would like to see a move going higher. So there's two things here. We have the 5-minute order block, as well as a bullish fair value gap, a 5-minute bullish fair value gap. So I'm watching here the 5-minute. I want to see how we react with those two P arrays stacked on top of each other. Checking the other time frames, seeing if I'm missing anything. But to me, the 5-minute still looks like the cleanest higher time frame. Okay, so we reacted off the top of that order block, and it looks like, yep, we close above the fair value gap. At this point, I adjust my terminus because it's just getting late and I'm getting tired. So, and I don't want to be greedy. So I adjust it to the consequent encroachment of that 5-minute fair value gap. I start to slowly get more aggressive with my stop as we near terminus. I'm just marking out where buy side is, relative equal highs. I want price to push through that. Slowly moving my stop up, a handle or two here and there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to push. We're in the heart of that second macro, so I need it to kind of hit my terminus. I'm also getting a little impatient, so. And then move my stop up to the top of that order block. I'm pretty sure price is not going to return to that order block, and if it does, it's fine. That's the most I'm willing to give up. get an energetic push here. I like that. We don't close above that high, but I still like that move. So I adjust my stop just a little bit. And this is where I move my stop to the bottom of that fair value gap. I'm telling myself, you know what? I'm not going to be greedy here. I've locked in enough. That was like 70 something handles, so great trade.